Hey, it's Vaughan from Your Career Mastery, and today we're going to be talking about what to do if you're lost or you're feeling lost in your career. So firstly, I just want to say we've all been there. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and firstly, it's okay. A lot of people feel this way, and there's definitely been points in my career where I felt lost or unsure about my next move or how I was going to even land my first job. So I think everyone goes through these kinds of phases in their career, whether it's more at the start of your career or if you feel like you're halfway. I just want to acknowledge first off that it's okay to feel this way. A lot of people do, and don't put excess pressure on yourself because it's quite normal to feel this way in certain situations. The main question is, what do we do about this situation? So we feel lost, we're feeling like we don't have much direction in our career. What do we do next? My best piece of advice is to start with what you enjoy and what you're interested in, and also what you're good at, what your strengths are. So what do you like to do? What are you interested in? And what are you good at? What are your strengths? What are your natural talents? What can you just seem to get or grasp or be able to do very easily that many other people acknowledge that, oh wow, I really need to work on that, or you've got a real natural talent for that particular skill or area. And honing in on your strengths, your natural strengths more specifically, that's a great area to start, because that's going to give you a lot of leverage in terms of finding your next role and your next dream job. Starting with your strengths is a great place to start, because that's going to give you a lot of leverage in terms of landing that first dream job, because you've already got the skill base to step into a role and start getting traction. So starting with your strengths is really important, but it's also really important to take into account and take stock of what you're really interested in. What do you want to do? What does your dream job setup look like? That you can marry up what you're good at with what you enjoy doing, because that's the sweet spot. That's where you want to get to. For example, in my career when I got started, I was completely lost. When I finished university, I was good at writing. I was quite interested in journalism and publishing and social media content creation, but I didn't know exactly where to pivot. Of course, I finished university. I didn't have any tangible or much tangible work experience to put on my resume. So I started applying for jobs, but I didn't really get much traction, and I didn't have any experience, and no one was going to get me a job, but I couldn't get a job because I didn't have any experience. So I was caught in this catch-22. But eventually I landed my first job in social media marketing, because I started with what I was good at, what my natural strengths were, and that was writing and editing more specifically. So I started with content writing and content creation, writing copy for websites, social media campaigns, social media ads, all that sort of stuff. So the important thing is to start with what you're good at. That's going to give you some direction, and from there, try and marry it up with what you enjoy doing. And I also want to say, you shouldn't hate your job. There's no reason why you should be working in a job that you hate. It's really important that you find out what you enjoy and what you're good at, and take those skills of what you're good at, build them, and then get into a job that you enjoy in an industry that you're interested in as soon as possible. And likewise, you shouldn't be working in a job you hate, but you also probably shouldn't be working in a job that you're not good at. When I was studying, I worked in a call center job, cold calling people to do surveys. I hated it. I was terrible at it. And there were guys sitting next to me who looked just like me and sounded like me, and they were so good at it. I couldn't understand, what's this person got that I don't? I'm like, I'm not good at phone sales or phone surveys. I'm just not good at it, flat out. So I made a career move to get as far away from that as possible and work in digital marketing more specifically. But if you're working in a job that you're not good at and you don't enjoy it, you're not interested in it, get away from that and start focusing on what you're good at and pivoting into jobs that allow you to leverage your natural skills. That's so important. And then once you build up a good skill base, that gives you more leverage. That gives you more opportunities that you can apply for, more types of jobs that you can apply for, because you've got an attractive skill set that many businesses need. But you need to build those strengths up and build in your natural talents, and then pivot into a job and an industry that you're interested in and that you actually really like working in. So that's my best piece of advice. If you're lost in your career, you're not sure what to do, start with what you're interested in, naturally, inside of work and outside of work too, and start with what you're good at. And let that guide you into your next dream job. And I promise you, you'll find yourself in a situation where you're getting satisfied from your work, you're paid well, you like who you're working with, and you feel juiced and energized about going to work each and every single day. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe, more videos coming out every week, and hit the like button. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. This is Vaughan from Your Career Mastery. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Cheers.